take one. I'm doing a holiday series during our midweek Advent services based on some of the familiar holiday movies that many of you probably have seen. Our first one is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's a story about Neil Page, who is a very high-strung control freak. He's an ad executive, and he's trying to get home for the Thanksgiving holidays. And he's trying everything in his power to manage his way home, thereby a plane, trains, and automobiles. Well, he encounters a certain Del Griffith. Del is the eternal optimist. He knows they're going to get home. But his problem is he's overly talkative. Have you ever been seated next to one of those kinds of people on the airplane? Or having to share a car with them? Well, the movie is a story about their 3-day odyssey of misadventures and insanity. And how they are possibly ever going to make it home. Well, our story from Matthew chapter 2 aren't about planes, trains, and automobiles, but they are another form of transportation that we see in that text. And there indeed is a control freak. His name is King Herod. And just like Neil Page, he's trying to manage and manipulate certain things. He's trying to manipulate his encounter with the Magi because he wants to suit his own purposes. For they bring him news of this king. And so he tells these Magi to search diligently and bring back the word so that I may worship him. Indeed, worship him? More like kill him? Because he sees this newborn king as a threat to his own kingdom. Well, indeed, during this time of the year, we try to manage things. How do you try to manage your holiday celebrations? Might I even say, how do you try to manipulate them? Well, maybe you are one who quietly guilts family members into returning home so that everybody could be there, so that they can all share in this joyous occasion, and they all need to be there in order for it to just be perfect. Well, maybe your perfection comes as you subtly drop hints for the present, that perfect present that will just make your celebration just right. Maybe your manipulation comes as you frantically try to assemble that old-fashioned Christmas, that one from days long ago, that hark the herald angel sings and deck the halls with boughs of holly. As you constantly try to manage and manipulate, you long for the days gone by, but you seem to be more frustrated as you find it is more of a bygone era that you can't somehow manage or manipulate to put it together. You see, it seems to be that we get more focused on the doing. We want to accomplish the task to make that perfect Christmas, to make that good housekeeping Hallmark kind of card. And we build up our expectations, wanting to achieve a certain height, and it never seems to get to where we want it to be. And so we end up like we hear King Herod in Matthew chapter 2. We end up troubled, and all Jerusalem with you.